All right, so the plan today is to get a random property from anywhere in the US and break down the numbers on it, run it as an investment property. Is it gonna be, a good flip? Is it gonna be a good buy and hold? Is it gonna be a good Airbnb? And to do that, I just sent my wife a text and said, send me a property off of Zillow, any property from anywhere. And so let's see what she comes up with. So it looks like my wife just sent me a property here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So this is gonna be an interesting one. Knoxville is a really good market for a lot of different things, but this one looks to be a little further out of town. Downtown Knoxville is over here on the river, and it's out towards Powell on the highway here on the I-75, it looks like. First thing I want to look at is just what kind of condition the property is in. Is it going to need repair? The bathrooms could use a little bit of updating. Looks like this floor here is completely painted over, so we're going to want to strip that paint off and restore the wood, or go from there, or just put something like LVP over it. This sunroom is cool, but there's a lot of windows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got about 10 windows in this room that all look like they need replaced. That bathroom definitely needs to be completely gutted. This fireplace, though, I love seeing stuff like this. Stuff that's older but has a lot of charm. These built-in bookshelves are just amazing. Some people would come in and just tear that out, but that's not how I roll. I like to take stuff like this and really make it a focal point in the house because it's just so unique. And no one's gonna put something like that in a brand new house. So it just gives you a really unique feature that's gonna add a ton of character to the house. This looks like a second kitchen. So this looks like it's a multi-unit property. Yep, it looks like there's an ADU over the garage. I love ADUs. It increases the value, not just for somebody who's gonna be a retail buyer and live in the house, but it's also going to be, if you're gonna buy it as a long-term rental or a short-term rental, it gives you 2 doors instead of 1. And that's always nice if you can just manage, 2 doors in one area, in one location, rather than have 2 doors, spread across town and your cleaner has to drive back and forth and it becomes a little bit more of an issue for them. So I always love seeing an ADU. I'm a big ADU fan. Built in 1900, so it hasn't been renovated in a while. Sits on 2 acres, 123 a square foot. It's gonna be cash only. It probably, doesn't have a kitchen, doesn't have a working kitchen or working bathroom. That bathroom looks pretty terrible, so that's why it's cash only. And then no power is currently on, so that's telling me, that's their hint that there's probably some extensive repairs that need to be done, especially in the plumbing side of things. And hopefully there's not a lot of water damage. Didn't look like it, but you really can't tell that stuff until you get in there and you smell the place. So first thing we need to do is come up to the map, to the Zillow overlay, go to the lot lines, and we need to find some comps. Let's go to my laptop. Okay, so the beginning part of finding a comp using Zillow is to come to the map view, go to the sold. You're gonna filter by sold here at the top, and you're gonna filter by the same bedrooms and bathrooms that you're looking at for your subject property. Now our subject property sits right here where the Central Ave Pike hits the I-75. So I'm gonna look really close to there for anything that's the same size. So that's 5 and 3, that's a 4 and 2, but it's 500 square feet smaller. Here we go, here's a 4 and 3, 2,200 square feet, so slightly bigger. So it's looking like it was recently renovated, and it sold for $270 just over a year and a half ago. But this one's also got a Zestimate that's $110,000 higher than it sold for last year. Let's go off the Zestimate because, again, Tennessee is a disclosure state, which means when you sell your property, you have to disclose how much you sold it for. And so Zillow knows exactly what you sold it for, and so the Zestimate in those states is gonna be a lot more accurate. So we've got 380 as a potential ARV here. Let's see if we can find at least one more. Okay, here we go, 370, 4-bed, 3-bath again. The Zestimate is $110,000 higher than it was, so that's at 477. So we have one at 380, one at 477. Ours has the ADU on it again, so that's gonna boost its value. Let's go ahead and call it 450 as the ARV. To break down and get our max allowable offer from an ARV, right, our after repair value, what the house will sell for when we're done, we need to know how much can we offer. So the formula for that is ARV times 0.7 minus all of your expenses. Let's do the math here. If our ARV is $450,000 times 0.7 That's at $315 all in, okay? So renovation, closing costs, everything as I mentioned. Closing costs are typically about 1%, so that's gonna be about $3,000, so we're at $312. A 2,000 square foot property with 2 kitchens is going to take quite a bit of work. In our neck of the woods, with our construction prices, our labor prices, cosmetic low upgrades is gonna be $15 a square foot. You know, middle of the road kind of stuff is gonna be $30 a square foot, and that's gonna be some repairs, definitely not a complete kitchen gut job, and that's gonna be at about $30 a square foot. And then a high rehab, which is like this one, is gonna need flooring, windows, kitchen. It's got 2 kitchens, it needs a new bathroom. I'm sure all the bathrooms need updated. That's gonna be high, so we're gonna go in at about $45, sometimes $50 a square foot. That's a big house, right? 2,200 square feet, or 22,000 square feet on the even, times $50 a square foot is $100,000. So our maximum allowable offer is $215,000. This home is listed for $250,000, so we're not that far off. If we can put in an offer and bring, you know, maybe come in a little bit lower, or come in at asking and then get an inspection and negotiate down. But we know we need to be in that about $215,000 range, and the lower under that number, the better, obviously. But at $250,000, it's not gonna make sense for us as investors. It just needs way too much work. I can't even see the roof in this. If you need a roof, that's probably another $10,000 or $12,000 down there. Whether we're doing a long-term rental and you're gonna burr it, or you're gonna do a short-term rental, you should still try to stick to the flip math, because that way you have instant equity, right? You buy it, you got instant equity, you can do the burr strategy, right? You can refinance and pull out your down payment. If you're gonna do an Airbnb, it's always really good to have equity. You never know, you don't wanna be upside down in the house at some point down the road. And if you have that equity, you can always borrow against it in the future to get your next Airbnb. So guys, if you really enjoyed that and you wanna see me do more properties, if you wanna challenge me to look at a random property in the US, drop it in the comments. I mean, I'll take anything. Challenge me, I wanna see what you guys got out there. I wanna see what's in your market, if I can help you guys out comping properties there and coming up with your offers and coming up with the investment exit strategy that would be best for your area and your specific property you bring me. Follow along for more of these, guys. I'm gonna be picking random markets, my wife's gonna be picking more random markets, and hopefully you're picking random markets for me as well. Catch you on the next one.